Leaving the legacy system. Why real change demands building outside of entrenched structures. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Buckminster Fuller. Introduction. In today's world, many of our most critical systems, financial, political, and economic, seem to have lost sight of their original purpose. What began as structures meant to empower and support society have become convoluted and misaligned, serving the interests of a select few at the expense of the greater good. Reform from within has become increasingly ineffective, as the deeply rooted incentives that drive these systems have created a self-preserving cycle of control, inefficiency, and exploitation. Real change, as Buckminster Fuller suggested, demands not merely reforming these systems, but building new structures outside of them. The legacy system has reached a point where genuine progress and transparency are more achievable by creating parallel alternatives that operate on new principles, rather than by attempting to repair a model designed to resist change. The problem: entrenched systems and misaligned incentives. The current system, whether in finance, governance, or the broader economy, has become a machine that serves itself rather than the people it was built to support. We see this in countless ways: short-term profits prioritized over long-term sustainability, arbitrary fees and complex regulations that benefit institutions rather than individuals, and leadership that either cannot or will not make meaningful changes. This cycle has led to public disillusionment, a growing awareness that the system's complexity and inefficiency are intentional rather than accidental. Symptoms of systemic decay: misaligned incentives. Today's systems are built around incentives that favor control and profit over transparency and public good. As a result, rather than fostering genuine value, the structures encourage behaviors that extract value without contributing to real growth. Economic weeds. Just as weeds crowd out the crops they feed on, these misaligned mechanisms, speculative trading, high-frequency trading, opaque financial instruments, siphon resources away from productive uses. They make it harder for individuals to thrive and erode trust in the system itself. Paralyzed leadership. Leaders within entrenched systems are often unable or unwilling to enact real change. Held back by self-preservation and institutional inertia, they make superficial adjustments rather than addressing the underlying issues that perpetuate inequality and control. The consequence is a cycle that feeds on itself, perpetuating dysfunction while stifling genuine innovation and human potential. Those seeking to make a difference from within are often thwarted, as the system is structured to resist the very reforms it needs. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. The vision for real change: transparent, decentralized, and aligned systems. True change lies not in further adjusting broken structures, but in building alternatives that operate independently with transparency, fairness, and genuine value creation at their core. A world where systems serve people rather than control them is possible, but it requires moving beyond the constraints of the legacy system. Alternative reserve assets and decentralized finance. Bitcoin and alternative reserve assets. Assets like Bitcoin represent a fundamental departure from traditional finance, providing an open, decentralized store of value that isn't subject to the same controls and inefficiencies. They offer a model where individuals have true control over their wealth, free from arbitrary fees and restrictions. Decentralized finance. By eliminating intermediaries and enabling peer-to-peer transactions, decentralized finance, DeFi, creates a transparent, equitable financial system. Unlike traditional finance, DeFi operates on principles of openness and accessibility, allowing people to participate directly without relying on central authorities. Aligned incentives for real value. New systems must be designed with incentives that naturally align with public good and transparency. Rather than rewarding control and speculation, these structures should prioritize stability, equity, and sustainable growth. With the right design, these systems can foster communities and economies where value creation benefits everyone involved, not just a select few. The path forward: building outside the system, awareness and education, The first step is to expose the flaws of the current system and empower people to see the potential of alternative structures. As more individuals become aware of the ways in which they're constrained and exploited by entrenched interests, they gain the clarity to make informed choices. Education is crucial for helping people understand why alternative reserve assets, decentralized finance, and transparent systems matter and how they can participate. Creating parallel structures. Real change comes from building independently, rather than waiting for permission or reform from within. Parallel systems, whether in finance, governance, or other areas, offer an opportunity to build according to principles of transparency, equity, and autonomy. These systems don't need to follow the old rules. Instead, they can establish new norms that prioritize freedom and real value creation. Fostering community and participation. To thrive, these alternative systems require support and engagement. As more people shift away from legacy structures and participate in these new systems, they create a self-sustaining movement. Communities that support transparency, fair access, and genuine value creation provide the foundation for lasting change. Creating bridges for transition. Transitioning from entrenched systems to alternatives won't happen overnight. Accessible, user-friendly options for people to experience the benefits of new structures are essential. Hybrid solutions or easy on-ramps allow people to transition gradually, making the shift from centralized control to decentralized autonomy less daunting. Conclusion: true progress won't come from endless adjustments to broken structures. It will come from building something fundamentally different, a system that serves people, values transparency, and creates genuine, lasting value. Moving beyond the legacy system isn't just a choice. It's a necessity for a future that prioritizes equity, freedom, and human potential. As Fuller suggested, the way to change isn't by fighting the existing reality, but by creating something new. Our choice is clear. We can continue propping up systems designed to control and exploit, or we can build new structures that reflect our values, foster real growth, and enable a fairer future for all. This is a journey for those who see beyond the constraints of the status quo, who believe in a system that serves rather than controls, and who are ready to build a future grounded in real value.